Welcome to P&B Sports Show, your home for in-depth analysis of the biggest stories making headlines across the world of sport. I'm your host, Abel Sunday. The curtain has officially risen on the 2026 Total Energy Women's African Cup of Nations in Morocco, and the opening day delivered a clear statement of intent. Tournament host Morocco thrilled their home fans with a commanding 4-0 victory over Kenya, while Algeria announced themselves as a serious contender with a disciplined 2-0 win over Senegal. The race for continental glory is underway, and every point already matters as African finals battle for supremacy. Today, we will break down the standout performance, the tactical lessons from the opening fixtures, and what this result means for the defending champions, the Super Falcons of Nigeria, as they prepare to begin their own campaign. Joining me from Port Harcourt is one of the country's finest football analysts, the insightful Jackson Caleb. Grab your teacup because P&B Sports start now. No gigments, no distractions, just pure unfiltered sport action.
Diogo Dalot, he pulls the ball then. That is outstanding!
Make the P&B Sports Show part of your weekday routine.
Philogene in the penalty area, twisting and turning. He tries to flick it towards goal.
Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. Make the P&B Sports Show part of your weekday routine.
Into Osimhen.
30 minutes of breaking headlines, in-depth analysis, match preview, PM, one explosive hour of fearless opinion, heated debate, and non-stop football conversation. Weekdays at 9 a.m., Saturdays at 1 p.m. Stay ahead of no gigments, no distractions. Welcome back. It's the P&B Sports Show reaching live from the nation's capital, and I've been joined by the ever insightful Jackson Caleb. Jackson, good morning. And I want to tell you this morning, we are not taking your kindness for granted on our show, because you always appear on our show every time we call upon you. Good morning, Jackson. How is the oil city this morning?
Well, we are back to the stage where oil goes underground, water is surfaces again. So that's how the oil city is this morning. And it's so good to be back on the P&B Sports Show.
Thank you very much. But Caleb, the WAFCON is back again. Well, when we say this is Nigerians' birthright, even if the Super Eagles don't do us proud most times, but the ladies always show up anytime they are called upon. But looking at what happened yesterday, or what transpired yesterday, the opening fixtures will have Senegal taking on Algeria. But the Senegal lack ideas, or was Algeria low block just was just a world class? What really happened to Senegal, and they fall down to the Algerians 2-0 yesterday? Do we still have Caleb there, or we lost him? Okay, I think the network is playing pranks with us. But before Caleb will join us, we're talking about the opening fixtures yesterday that saw the Algerian ladies come up 2-0 against came out with a defeat 2-0 against the Okay, you are there now. Okay, I was asking. I said, did Senegal lack? Did they lack idea, or was Algeria low block just one class for them to lose that game 2-0 yesterday?
Well, looking at the game yesterday and the turnout of the event, the Senegalese team actually started the attack first. We watched the game from the beginning. I kind of expected more from them because their attack, I don't know, they had I don't want to use the word, the paradigm shift from just the midfield to the right hand side, but there was this lack of identity in their attack, like they didn't know how was lacking for them, because most of the attacks from the Senegalese we shot from the midfielders ahead. That's what we can say, shots from the midfielders and that. But however, the Algerian team did not come short of confusion. They just look composed on their formation. Their low block exactly did what just look to overturn They were very calm with how they distributed the passes, and sooner than later, they got goals flowing in for them.
Indeed, they got the gospel for, but Caleb, a lot of people, I don't know, since the emerge of this VAR, if it goes your way, you complain. Sorry, you applaud it. If it go against you, you complain. But did VAR make the right calls, or was Senegal robbed before halftime yesterday? Because a lot of people will say the VAR controversy, it has been going over and over again. Every tournament we must talk about VAR. But yesterday's one, do you think the VAR made the right call yesterday?
There's something that we usually see. The commonest definition of injustice is what I also say the VAR should be involved when a decision will lead to a controversy or when a decision is not so clear to the referee. And that was what we said yesterday. A lot of people complain, oh, it should have been given. But the VAR saw something that definitely is not clear, and they saw it from a different angle. Because if it had been given, it would have robbed Algeria too. So I think the VAR saw something that we game and call the rest over. So I think the VAR did their job. I would not say Senegal will rob.
Okay, but looking at Kadefay's costly mistake yesterday, do you think that just spoiled the whole thing? And do you think the coach might just have another different mind? Like, I don't think I need to start this girl next game. How costly was that to the Senegalese team yesterday?
Actually, it gave way to. I think that was what gave way to the Algerian tempo. You know, when we left the mistake from which it came from, the Algerians picked up on that loose end, and then the coaching taking his head, making some kind of side movement. That again goes to show you that he's now beginning to doubt the player. However, I think all he needs to do in the next game is to tell the players, okay, this is just the first game. You understand? Going into the next game, it's still a group game. We can make the best result out of that. However, it does not benching the player might kill the player's confidence. That's something that I'm scared. Benching the players, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
However, benching the player may not be the best option. You may decide not to start the player in the next game, but bringing in the player back into the squad, maybe 60 minutes, 70 minutes, just to ensure confidence, just to make sure that the momentum of the player will not for the competition. Because there are some players that by the time you bench them like that, it passes a message across to the other players, and the other players might now get scared and want to play to avoid making mistakes instead of just wanting to play football. That is what it just means.
But Caleb, to be honest, you look at that group. They have Group A. They have Morocco is there. They have Kenya there. We have Senegal and Algeria. Where Senegal can easily or can actually pick a point is Kenya and the Algerian team. Do you get? But failing 2-0 to Algeria, don't you see that they have kissed probably their qualification goodbye? Because I don't think they will be able to beat a certain Moroccan team.
To be really honest, I actually expected this game to end in a draw. I expected the Senegalese team. I already calculated Morocco first, Senegal second. However, I was so shocked that Algeria just got the 3 points free of charge like that. But nevertheless, you can't tell. I mean, it's football. Anything happens in football. Going into their next game, I'll be giving them the best wish I can give them. So at least Kenya should be a 3 points for them. Morocco, a very tough one, but it's football. They have to keep their head high and play for the best they can.
They actually need to keep their head very, very high. But Algeria's defensive counter attack style will even work against the Moroccans? Let's talk about the Algerians now. Of course, they've done their own dirty job. Make sure that they get all 3 points from Senegal, who puts them in a very good position. If they can pull up that that table now, who puts them in a very good position for them to qualify, because they are second now already on the log. They just need either a draw or win from from Kenya to go all through. But Senegal is in the but looking at Algeria's attacking style, do you think it's going to hurt the Moroccans?
So the Moroccan side are also a side that remember this is a side who lost Senegal after going to Morocco. So I think the Algeria attack or the low block counter attack can easily hurt this guy. We're looking at for bigger Liverpool who scores more. But Moroccan side look to score. They look to outscore their opponents very much. And when they notice that you don't attack them, they tend to press on you and capitalize on you. So the Algerian side too will be looking not to concede and looking to score. So I think the Moroccan side and the Algerian side have something in common, which is their similar style of play. So we'll just be looking out for who scores more. I think the person who scores more gets more on that.
Oh, okay. It seems like the North Africans are taking the bull by the horn, because all eyes, even in the male categories, I think they are also doing well, very well. Their female counterpart also they are doing. But it's time for us to go on a short break. When we come back, we'll be talking about Kenya, Morocco, what really transpired yesterday. Morocco beat Kenya 4-0 yesterday, and I think that's a statement. I'm saying that because they've gone to finals back to back. I think this time around they have the Super Eagles to contend. I beg your pardon, Super Falcons to contend. Let's go on a short break. When we come back, Caleb is here to give us all the breakdown on the Morocco Kenya game. No gimmick, no distraction, just pure unfiltered sport action.
Diogo Dalot, he pulls the ball then. That is outstanding!
Make the P&B Sports Show part of your weekday routine.
Philogene in the penalty area, twisting and turning. He tries to flick it towards goal.
Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. Make the P&B Sports Show part of your weekday routine.
Into Osimhen.
30 minutes of breaking headlines, in-depth analysis, match preview, PM, one explosive hour of fearless opinion, heated debate, and non-stop football conversation. Weekdays at 9 a.m., Saturdays at 1 p.m. Stay ahead of the no gimmick.
Tired of the bad TV?
Welcome back. It's the P&B Sports Show reaching live from the nation's capital, and of course, my guest is Caleb Jackson, all the way from Port Harcourt, the oil city. But he said the oil has gone down, water is resurfacing. That's what he said. Caleb, let's jump into the conversation. We're talking about Morocco, Kenya. Did Kenya suffer a leadership collapse, or did Morocco outclass them? Because looking at how they whitewashed them, first half I'm seeing 3 goals already. Second, I think they scored the 4th one. But do you say, can you say Morocco outclassed the Kenyans?
Going into this game, I didn't see Kenya finding a chance against Morocco. Loss that they suffered, the shocking loss at the final against Super Eagles, just like I've been emphasizing on. So coming into this game already looks like a walkover for them. And with the same squad of players, with just 2 or 3 different names coming in from the last WAFCON, you can see how reinforced or re-energized that these guys are. They look more desperate than any other country to want to win the WAFCON. And definitely that was the display we saw yesterday. A 5-star performance from them, from back to front. Can't force them in their own half. They will definitely come at you in your own half, and they will want to sit in your own half until they get what they want.
Indeed, until they get what they want. But Caleb, how vital was Morocco scoring the 4th early goal? Like let's say before resting their players. You know, after the 4th goal, they had to now pull out some certain players out just to rest to refresh. Should I say to refresh the squad for the next game? But how vital is that goal? That goal is scored 4. I think that's the statement performance, like you rightly say, it's a 5-star performance.
So if you look at, I don't think to them 3 was enough because Algeria scored 2. So they were looking to top group with goal difference. Definitely 3 is +1 goal difference, 4 makes it +2. And like I said, Morocco wants to outscore you. So if anybody is going to score, they're looking to possible just show that okay, we've done enough for today. Let's get on some fresh legs and keep our remaining players for our remaining games, because it will be risky to play all those players throughout the 90 minutes, and God forbid one of the key players now ends up limping off the pitch. That will become a concern to the coach, or that will become a worry to the team. So these are the little basics that they need to do, keeping their players fresh and warm till they get one.
Yeah, till they get what they want. Caleb, has it bothered you that their coach, the coach of the Moroccan team, is a World Cup winner? If you remember with Spain, I think so. They brought him to this tournament because why? Just to make sure they win the WAFCON. Again, these guys have hosted WAFCON 3 consecutive times. They hosted 2022, 2025 also, that is supposed to be 2024, and now they are still hosting. This is the 3rd consecutive time they are hosting WAFCON. They've gotten to 2 finals consecutively. This is the 3rd try they are going now. But do you see that these guys have everything possible to win this AFCON this time around? In detriment of our own darling Super Falcons. Can you unmute yourself? Okay.
So can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Now, like I was saying, the utility is that when you utilize something and you get to the maximum point is that point where you ought to make the best use of it, if not to begin to decline. So I think this is just like the maximum utility, because for every mistake they have made, it has caused them to find out. So this is the time where they are going to consume all their mistakes. They are going to watch against all their mistakes and play a kind of football that when they get to the final, they are going to be short of nothing but victory. However, so having confidence to do that job, because imagine being the only African country that has 10 stars all over your jersey. So that gives you morale. That already gives you super confidence. And then you know that, oh, we've played this guy before, the same how we did it. So if eventually they get back to that stage, I think Morocco themselves are going to be having. Can these guys not do it against us? They've done it before. Can they not do it again? So it's going to be a cagey battle between the Super Eagles and Morocco if eventually they meet each other on the stage. However, I fear that the Morocco have what it takes this time to dismantle anybody. Looking at their coach is a serial winner, and with the tactics he brought on yesterday, this Morocco team already knows how to play the ball on the ground. And having a coach who only brings an attacking aspect to the team makes it more dangerous. That's what I fear, that Morocco might make the best use of this time.
Yeah, I think you are very correct. I want to agree with you on that regard. But as we try to wrap up, looking at how does Kenya, let's talk about Kenya, how does they fix their shattered confidence before facing Senegal? Because going down 4-0, honestly, for your opening game, I think is a morale. You got to demoralize you. But how can they boost their morale? How can they boost their confidence back to face Senegal in their next game?
From Senegal is that Senegal considered 2 and usually considered 4. So it's more of a task for Kenya. It's more of a task for Kenya to try and get a win, if not a draw, out of this game. So I would be saying to Kenya that why not choose what you prioritize? Because if you choose to defend, then you should be ready for all the pressure with the counter attack. But if you choose to attack, do not be wary of the fact that your opponents are looking for a goal. Because whoever wins this game stands a chance of being saved. So it is by this match we will know who gets to go home and who gets to stay. So I think both teams might try and play the safe football, or have the low block and the counter attack. But going into the second half, I think Kenya, I would say to Kenya that they should be more demanding. Because if they get tired easily, then Senegal capitalizes. Because we saw what Senegal did in the first half against Morocco. If not that, well, they were not able to get the result that they wanted. But Senegal will be looking again to try that. However, to Kenya should be looking to exploit those gaps between the Senegalese defense and their goalie. So they should be looking to exploit those gaps, but they cannot do that if they come into the game to defend. And mind you, I would say also to Senegal to Kenya rather, that their midfield should try and pick out the Senegalese players man for man. Not like you go to mark them man for man, but whenever you see a will be the key ways to beating Senegal?
All right, that will be the key. That will be the key way to beat Senegal. That was Caleb said, and that wrap up another exciting edition of P&B Sports Show. Many thanks to our insightful guest Jackson Caleb joining us from Port Harcourt, and to you, our viewers, for staying with us. Jackson, thank you so much for doing this with me today.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much for bringing me back on this show.
All right. The opening matches of the 2026 WAFCON have set the stage for what promises to be a thrilling tournament, and we will continue to bring you comprehensive analysis, breaking stories, and all the major talking points from African football. Follow us across all social media platforms on YouTube and Facebook at Politics&BusinessTV.English, on IG at PNBTV_English, and on X at PNBTV_ENG. You can also watch us on Free TV or download the Free TV app from your device Play Store for uninterrupted access to all our programs. Coming up next is The Voices with Madina Azaki. I'm Abel Sunday. Keep supporting the beautiful game, stay informed, and stay connected with PNB TV. Until next time, have a wonderful day and goodbye.